I feel sorry for all you guys that are waiting for the update, the story mode update that allows you to continue on in the story more easily. I feel sorry for the fact that you cannot read what I've been reading. The cliffhanger at the end, the many questions that were answered, and many more questions to ask. Things are coming together. The culmination of 3 years of story writing. No matter how you think the quality of the writing has been, things are starting to move. Things that we've been complaining about, that I recently complained about, that we haven't talked about in a long time, they finally mentioned them. Commander gets blown off the whale. He's hanging in the air. There are a couple options that they can do here. Number one, the most boring one, Rappy comes and flies in, uses her drill, comes and flies in because she can fly now, picks us up, puts us back, and we're good, right? The boring one. Number two, Ziz. Now, if Ziz comes and saves us, that is a huge step forward for us making a connection with the four beasts, because now Behemoth is alive and watching this. This is the second time Ziz has saved us, and Levy, who was on the fence, might be like, well, Ziz is not on the fence anymore. That would be a huge deal. Or not. Levy is stubborn to the point of being annoying. They're really stretching our patience thin with her. Option 3 is that we do just plunge and we land. And the reason why they do this is to showcase our regenerative abilities. Yeah, we plunge into the ground, we get smashed, but then we regenerate over time. We wake up in this new kingdom. Because remember, the last thing Commander saw was the Ark. He said, oh, the Ark, my home, or something like that. That's impossible. The Ark is underground. You can't see the Ark. So whatever he saw was whatever the four beasts have been building, the kingdom that they've been hiding, because they clearly said if you keep going in this direction, they'll find it. So there is also the possibility that Bahamut, that we imagine is a dragon with wings, also comes and saves us, because again, we are in their territory, so it makes sense. We don't have Rappy, we don't have any of the counters, we don't have Old Tails. Everything around us is an unknown. It's just up to us, and I think that would be really interesting. Now, back to the options. Option number 4, and I think this is just as crazy, but I don't think they'll do it, is if Liberalio is the one to save us. Now, if she does that, that all but confirms that she knows what we are, that we have some connection to the gene, and while she does go and kill owners of the queen gene, we are way too important, because we have to be alive for her queen, whoever she wants to be queen, whether it's herself or something else that they, right? She mentions they in quotations, whatever they want to be queen. Who could they be, by the way? Well, they could be deep. They could be a completely new power that we have no idea about. By the way, what is going on with the hierarchy with the Raptures now? I don't know who's stronger than who's above who. Nihilister's at the bottom. Chatterbox has moved up. Indivilia's, who knows? We got the 7 deadly sins. Gluttony, I don't know if he's like above. We do know on top of all of them is Modernia, and we'll talk about her later. But where does Liberalio fit into this? She clearly works alone. She doesn't work with the other heretics. I don't know. So who are they? When you say they, it could refer to a plural meaning. So Deep would fit into this, or some sort of other organization, or it could be 2 Nikkes, 2 heretics, 2 something. And there are 2 Nikkes that are missing from the story that have clearly turned their backs against humanity. I'm sure some of you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. They could be referring to the twins. The twins have been confirmed to not be on our side. And out of all the Nikkes that we know, the twins have the most unknown properties. We don't know anything about them, really. Despite the amount of screen time they got in Old Tales, we know that they are experimental, made by Abe back in the day, and they had this special ability, this ability to create. It was almost always like a water blast, or a fire blast, or a laser blast, or a toxin blast, something of that sort. If they have the power to create seemingly anything they want from their weapons, what's stopping them from creating an entire new species or a new faction? Okay, let's relax. There's a good chance that the twins are the last anniversary characters. I kind of hope that they don't do this. Why? Because for once, I want these twins to be evil. I want us to have to fight these guys, to even potentially kill them, because it would make for a way better story than just another, oh hey, you know, we just had a little bit of a hiccup. We still kind of like humanity, and we weren't sure what we were doing, but now that you're here, we like him again. No, man, come on. Hate us. Hate humanity. I want to fight these guys, not because their designs suck, but because it would make for a better story. They could come up with something even better than what I just made up. You know, I'm not a writer. So now let's get into the main event. What on earth is the queen? the queen gene? Why are we the holders of such a insane power? Unchained, the ability to regenerate. Why are those even a thing? Why did Nihilister back then say that she wants to kill the queen when clearly there really isn't one? Not one that's been established like she makes it out to be. The Raptures are dormant right now. They're just kind of doing whatever they want because there is no queen. Now, we've gotten some confirmation about some queens that already exist. First off, the space station queen. We don't know for sure if she died. She got cut off from the Earth thanks to Cinderella, but she could very well still be alive and just sitting there, doing nothing. We also have the 4 beasts queen. This sounds crazy, which could be Modernia. It could be Marion. Marion has direct ties to dark matter. It literally says on her shirt. She is the daughter to dark matter. So combine that with the fact that they did a time skip of Marion's transformation, we don't know how much time has passed after she gave those orders to Chatterbox and Indivilia. Which, by the way, going back to Liberlio, is insane to me that she didn't pick up on that. Like, she's so proud about her hearing that the one thing that she should hear, orders direct from the queen, she didn't hear and go kill Modernia. I don't understand that part. Maybe that was a little bit of a slip. There's no way she doesn't know Marion is a queen at this point. There's just no way. She says dark matter doesn't even matter. Ha. So there's that. There also is easily the chance that they just straight up have their own queen, the 4 beasts, right? So now we have multiple candidates, at least 2. Now you might see where this is going. Remember in a previous video of mine, I talked about bees and how in order to select one queen, the bees make the queens fight each other to the death. Yeah. So if there are 2 queen candidates, I expect them to be fighting against each other until one of them stays alive. And Commander is going to be right in the middle because he is a harem protagonist and he's going to have to choose one to be the queen. I can see where this story is going. Okay, so now that that is established, let's talk about Deep. Deep's main goal, as confirmed by Nayuta, or one of their main goals, is complete symbiosis. She states that Rappy is almost a perfect specimen for that, but not quite there. If that is their goal, and they have direct ties to us, the creation of us, Adam, right? The commander, then our Eve surely must be the queen. Now, when I say Adam and Eve, it has nothing to do with the biblical story. It actually has everything to do with Stellar Blade's story, because that's how Adam wanted to resolve everything. He wanted to combine with Eve to create a perfect being that can unify all. This might be a dumb comparison, and that's totally fair, but it is a shift up game, and the similarities are undeniable. Just keep it in mind, okay? So that is Deep's goal. At least I think the good guys of Deep, maybe they all want the same thing, but one wants it for peace and the other wants it for power. Now, all the while of theorizing this, you can't forget that they've already introduced this character, Pinocchio. You would expect this is the perfect being that they've been trying to create this whole time. She's pure innocence. But let's be honest, there's not much to go on about this character besides the confirmation that she's a new species entirely. Everything is moving at the same time, guys. It's going to be so hard to keep up with all this. The third reclamation war initiated by the Ark. They're creating technologies that are out of this planet that make no sense even to EH. And they haven't told the commander. Like, what's up with that? They're going to destroy Eden. They're going to destroy the Last Kingdom. Things that commander do not want touched. We have Nayuta in general, a former Deep associate. And look at her right arm too. She has that symbol that Crown has, this king power. We find that Raptures change appearance according to its diet. So Chatterbox and Nihilister, right? He ate Nihilister. Levy and eating grilled fish. Modernia and booze and spiders. Oh, how about this? Humans and Splendiman. Now, we're not Raptures, but just saying, just throwing that out there. We also randomly got this thing with Eden's spear. Like, just out of nowhere, they shoot their main cannon and it barely grazes us or misses us. Like, what's going on there? Why can't we get in contact with them? What could they possibly be attacking? Isn't the space station already badly damaged? Has it been rebuilt? Or is there something else entirely? Were they just in a fight with Liberlio? Was that main cannon meant to shoot her? I mean, that seems a little overkill, and obviously it missed, so that wasn't a good idea. Liberlio did say she just came from a fight, and now she's weakened, so what a ridiculous weapon to use against a small object like her. This bitch ass hoe is back, and Neon is making it really hard to deny the Deep allegations. Just say it. Just say that you are the daughter to Deep so that we can all move on with our lives. Just say it. Guys, this is just the beginning. For me too. I'm going to be making crazy videos, so stay tuned.